reusable bags.
Earth-friendly, so sexy. It's one of a kind, it'll blow your mind. That deserves a Dr. Pepper.
As we welcome you back here, it is a 2-0 count as we are underway here in game number 2. A little bit quicker than had originally thought we were going to get underway, but first pitch was at 8:36.
It was actually 8:35.
8:35.
I made sure to check it for you as you were kind of getting things rolling here.
So we are underway here in game number 2, a 3-0 count from Christian Bush to leadoff hitter Seth Muth, and a 4-pitch walk to open things up here in the top of the first inning as we are underway in this second ball game. So, and for Dylan Solik as he comes to the plate, it's okay to get us a little bit scrambling a little bit because it is 8:36 right now as we start the second game, 8:35 for first pitch. So it will be a little bit of a late start or a late time for them to get back home. The runner takes off for a second, the throw to second, and they got him out at second. The throw to second base is in time. It's a strike taken by Solik, and then they're able to throw him out at second base. And the runner at first and Seth Muth is leading away from second like he's not out. And Muth finally realizes that he is out, and he will head back to the dugout. So there is nobody on base now with a strike and one out to the top of the first inning. Good throw there from Grayson Hunsley on the mark to Jaden Wiebe over at second base to get the first man out. The first pitch, I believe, was a strike.
Yeah, I think there's still a little bit of confusion down on the field right now, but the scoreboard is correct, and everything else is up to par right now as that ball is spoiled over our heads here for strike number 2.
Spoiled is the right word because I was ready for it.
I saw you stand up there, John.
I was with my pulled pork and all. I was ready to make the catch. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's outside. It's now 1-2 here to Dylan Solik, the number 2 hitter. Jonah Schmidt will follow. Jake Helloyd, the cleanup hitter. Carter Simpson, the number 5 hitter. Peyton Mandel will bat 6th. Landon Waddell will bat 7th as Solik will take strike 3. And there's 2 down. A strikeout looking for Christian Bush. And there's 2 away as we finish out the lineup. Landon Waddell, the catcher, batting 7th. Brock Sparks, the left fielder, batting 8th. And Carson Fahey, the right fielder, will bat 9th with will be Gavin Sokup, the pitcher for the Colonels. First pitch is grounded over the left side. That will get through for a base hit just past the diving Lincoln Keenels in the left field. And there'll be still a runner on base, a 2-out hit. And there's 1 on and 2 away here in the top of the first.
And the Pierre pitcher for this game number 2 is Christian Bush, who comes into this game having thrown 16 1/3 innings, 5 games pitched, 2 of them starts. Coming into the game, he has allowed 27 hits, 23 runs. 17 of those runs were earned, 7 walks, 9 strikeouts, and an ERA of 7.29 and a whip of 2.082. So, again, kind of one of those top 4 or 5 arms that the Governors have here at their disposal is Christian Bush trying to pick up this second win here in the doubleheader.
Runner was off of the pitch, but fouled away by Jake Helloyd. He's down 0-2 in the count now with 2 outs and a runner on base. Christian Bush had a 4-pitch walk to open things up, but the runner was thrown out trying to steal second base. And so now there is still 1 on with 2 away. As Helloyd is down the count 0-2. And here is the 0-2 from Bush. Curveball, and just misses a little bit inside, and the count's now 1-2. Bush was halfway off the mound, looking to get back to the dugout, but he will have to go back for a 1-2 pitch upcoming.
Yeah, great curveball there from Bush. Just missed inside, it looked like, but we'll see what he comes back here with the 1-2 pitch.
Runner takes off, 1-2 pitch is outside, the throw to second, not going to get the runner this time. And Schmidt, he will steal second. The count's now 2-2. With 2 outs and a runner on second here at the top of the first inning. With Jake Helloyd, the cleanup hitter, at the plate. George Stalley is out in left, Brecken Kruger in center, Jet Zabel in right. Lions at third. There's a ground ball to Keenels at short. He'll throw it across the diamond to Nedved at first, and that retires the side here in the top of the first inning. Weeby's playing second. Nedved at first and Hunsley behind the plate. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base after half inning. Pierre Governors and Mitchell Colonels are tied 0-0 as the Pierre Governors are coming to the plate. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent with Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
So here at the bottom of the first inning, Pierre Governors coming to the plate as it is a 0-0 tie, and Jane Wiebe will lead things off as we go through the batting order again for the Pierre Governors. Wiebe leading off, playing second. George Stalley out and left, batting second. Then Lincoln Keenels will play shortstop, batting third. Gary Nedved, the cleanup hitter, playing first base. Grayson Hunsley, the catcher, batting fifth. Johnny Lyons batting sixth and playing third base. Brecken Kruger, the center fielder, will bat seventh. Jed Zabel, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Cade Kaiser, the DH, will bat ninth for the Pierre Governors as they go against Gavin Sokup, as they are looking. Mitchell is looking for a split, and the Pierre Governors are looking for a doubleheader sweep. It's been quite a while since the Governors have had a doubleheader sweep. I guess not too far long ago when the Governors beat O'Gorman in a doubleheader, but it just has been few and far between for the Pierre Governors. You know, the Sturgis Scoopers, they were able to sweep them back at the beginning of the season, but there just hasn't been too many sweeps for the Governors so far on the year. As the first pitch will come into Wiebe, and he'll rip that one out towards right center field, going back on his move over his head. Extra bases to kick off the bottom of the first inning. Wiebe around second. He's not stopping. He's on his way to third. The throw coming in. Diving head first. He is safe. A leadoff triple for Jaden Wiebe. And the Governors are in business to kick things off here in the bottom of the first. What a hit there by Jaden Wiebe.
Yeah, really nice swing there from Jaden Wiebe. Putting that ball into the right center power alley out to the 378 sign in right center field. And Muth had to go back on it. Thought he might have a chance on it initially, but ended up over his head. And now Wiebe is standing at third base with an opportunity to score the first run of the ball game here.
Our crowd mic has started to make its way down towards below the press box as the first pitch misses for a ball one. That was not any one of us getting excited. It was just the crowd mic deciding to try and, I guess, did not want to be part of the broadcast anymore. But we'll get that. Blake Dean getting that reset here. The 1-0 pitch to George Stalley will miss for ball two. So the count is now 2-0. I don't know about you. That kind of scared me a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. It was very unexpected. I didn't anticipate that was going to happen, but hopefully it'll stay in place enough for the rest of this game here.
That one's flied out towards right field, going back on its Fahey. He'll make the catch. Wiebe will tag. The throw coming in, not going to test out the arm of Fahey as Wiebe will score easily. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. A sac fly for George Stalley. And Pierre, 2 batters in, is back on top. 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yep, nice job by George Stalley there to put that ball into left field. That goes down as a sacrifice fly, and Jaden Wiebe will easily trot in from third base and put the Governors up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Very similar to what happened in Game 1, where the Governors scored first in the first inning and never looked back.
So here now in with the 1-0 count to Lincoln Keenels. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-1. Keenels in game number 1, he went 1 for 3 He did score the winning run on the RBI double from Gary Nedved. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one's upstairs, and it's now 2-1. As he reached on air, struck out swinging, and then singled in the bottom of the fifth inning. Governors Brecken Kruger, the number 9 hitter, only came to the plate twice in that 7 innings. That was at the knees, and it's now 2-2. And I think maybe that's where, in that first game, pitching-wise, Brady Getz went 3 innings of shutout baseball, and Jackson Edmond with the next 4, allowing just 3 hits and 1 run. And both those guys threw excellent on the mound, and you can't ask for a better outing from both those 2 pitchers, as the count's now 3-2. And you got to give credit to Jonah Schmidt, the starting pitcher who went most of the ball game and then was replaced by Mandel. But Governors probably want to get more hits. They want to string together more than the 6 hits they had and have guys come up to the plate 4 to 5 times in a ball game, as Keenels will draw the 1-out walk and is now a runner on first here with 1 down, and brings up Gary Nedved.
Yeah, if you told us before the game that Brecken Kruger, who's hitting number 9 for the Governors in Game 1, would only get to the plate twice, we would probably anticipate that the Governors lost that game. But again, that's just a credit to the pitching performances we saw out of both teams, with the score ended up being 2-1 and in favor of the Governors. And let's see here now with Keenholz on first, if Gary Nedved can put one into left field, kind of like he did on that double back in Game 1.
Keenholz takes off on the first pitch. The throw to second, not going to be in time, sliding in safely on the throw that was had to be picked up by the shortstop and Solik from Waddell, and Keenholz will take second base on the first pitch. And it's 1-0 here to Gary Nedved. He had the game-winning RBI double in the bottom of the fifth. He's got an RBI opportunity now again with Keenholz at second base. That one's outside. It's now 2-0. Technically, in the at-bat, was not an RBI opportunity. He was not hitting with the runner in square position because Keenholz was off with the pitch, and Nedved was able to drive it over the left fielder's head to drop in for that double and to score Keenholz. Probably would have scored him even if Keenholz was not stealing, as there's a swing and a miss, and it's now 2-1. But it just helped out that Keenholz was on the run, and there was no chance of getting Keenholz out of the plate.
Yeah, Nedved hit that ball on a rope back in the first game, so definitely not a chance for anybody to throw Lincoln Keenholz out at the plate, because that ball was hit very, very hard off the bat of Gary Nedved.
Nedved fouls the 2-1 pitch off the legs of Waddell, the shin guard of Waddell. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 from Sokup to Gary Nedved. A high chopper, left side, that'll be fielded in fair territory. The throw across the diamond is going to be in time from Helloyd to Simpson, and there's now 2 down. Keenholz unable to advance. Good play there from Helloyd, the third baseman. It's a tough play to look back the runner at second and then throw it across the diamond to get to Nedved, and now Grayson Hunsley still has an RBI opportunity now. He had the game's first RBI, the only other RBI in the Game 1 win. Came in the bottom of the first with the infield single at the bases loaded.
Yeah, that's just going back to that last play from Helloyd. That was a nice play for him to come in on the ball, because if he lets that go, that ball might end up foul down the third base line. So he came in, made a play on it. He was actually standing in foul territory when he fielded the ball, but the ball was in fair territory. Therefore, it is a fair ball, and Helloyd made the strong throw across the diamond to retire Nedved for the second out of the inning. So let's see what Grayson Hunsley can do here with Keenholz on second, possibly representing the second run of the game here with 2 outs and an 0-2 count.
Time was called right before the pitch was thrown by Sokup, so the count remains at 0-2. As Keenholz will lead away from second. 1-0 is their score in the bottom of the first. Pierre Governors lead it over the Mitchell Colonels. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hunsley will swing and miss, and that will strike out. Hunsley retire the side here in the bottom of the first, but 1 run does score on 1 hit in the inning. No errors and 1 man left on base. We have played 1 completes here between Mitchell and Pierre in Game 2 of our doubleheader, and the Governors lead it 1-0 over the Mitchell Colonels. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
We're more than a gym.
We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your Y at the Oahe Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Top of the second, the Pierre Governors, they lead at 1-0 over the Mitchell Colonels. John Winkler alongside at Blake Dean as the Govs have a 1-0 advantage. Seth Muth, Dylan Solik, Joe Schmidt, Jake Lloyd, they were retired with just one hit and one man left on base in the top of the first. And now it's Carter Simpson, Peyton Mandel, and Landon Waddell, the catcher, the first three hitters here for the Mitchell Colonels. It is 5, 6, and 7 for Mitchell as we open things up in the top of the second.
First baseman, number 6.
Carter Simpson did not play in game number 1. As we look back to the doubleheader against the Yankton Bucks, he went 1 for 1 with an RBI. That was the only at bat that he got against the Yankton Bucks, as that first pitch misses for ball 1 to open up here in the top of the second inning. Simpson is the only man that has entered into the batting order, as it's now 2-0. Everybody else was still the same batting order. Pretty much everybody. I mean, there's really not much difference other than Simpson being in there. 2-0 pitches well outside. It's now 3-0, and all of a sudden it turns into where Christian Bush had a 4-pitch walk to open up the top of the first. He's in danger of that happening here in the top of the second.
Yep, Simpson being the hitter in place of, would it be Mandel or would it be Garrett's?
It would be Garrett's.
Garrett's, okay. So really just the straight swap at first base then from between, Simpson and Garrett's. The rest of this Mitchell Colonel order is the exact same from game 1 here over in game 2.
Here is Peyton Mandel with 1 on and nobody out. First pitch will miss low. That's 5 straight misses here for Christian Bush to open things up in the top of the second. 1 walk and 1 hit allowed. Now we'll have a quick mound visit from Ryan Kruger, with Governors have a little bit of activity out in the right field bullpen. Unable to see who that is that's warming up right now. Looks like maybe, I don't want to take a guess, maybe Trevor Rounds or Spencer Easlin.
Hard to see from our angle. We need some binoculars over here, maybe.
But I was going to say bring it next time, but I guess next time would be in June and during the Legion baseball season.
Well, is it the end of May? Do they open?
They do open the end of May. First game of the Legion season is in Brookings on May 31st, and then the Governors will head out to Rapid City for the Veterans Classic, as there's a strike and it's now 1-1. So after tonight's. They will have the region round on Saturday. They have to win both games then to get to the states at Sioux Falls the following weekend on the 28th. And then no matter if they go all the way to state championship, losing in game 1, whatever, it doesn't matter where they finish. The 31st is a game going to Brookings at 5 o'clock, which we'll have here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as that one's fouled back, and the count is at 1-2 here to Peyton Mandel. And for a lot of these teams, it will pretty much be near the same look, at least from certain towns.
Yes.
Rapid City will obviously be completely different. As the 1-2 pitch comes in, that one just a bit outside, and it's now 2-2. Because Mitchell's going to be pretty much the same. Brookings will pretty much be the same. You look at Sioux Falls East and West, you'll see familiar names from different schools that will combine. As that one will miss low, and it's now 3-2 here to Peyton Mandel.
And, of course, some of those kids from the Sioux Falls teams that we saw this spring playing high school baseball some will be playing for East and West, others would be playing for the Cyclones, and maybe some, go down to T or some other places. A lot more options in the Sioux Empire area as far as baseball is concerned, but we will see some familiar names, I'm sure, come June, July.
There's a swing and miss by Mandel and a strikeout, second strikeout of the ball game for Christian Busch. 1 on and 1 out. Pickoff attempt, and it's going to get underneath the glove of Gary Nedved. To second will be Simpson. He will round second and make his way to third base. The throw coming over to third. He'll slide in safely, and it's now a runner on third with 1 away here in the top of the second, and Simpson's slide wasn't the cleanest slide in the third base, but the error will be charged to Christian Busch. And from first to third without a pitch thrown in the next at-bat. And now the Mitchell Colonels are 90 feet away from tying this ball game up here at the top of the second. Waddell in game number 1, he went 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. There's a swing and a miss. He also had the failed sacrifice bunt in the top of the third. In the top of the fourth in game number 1. Did reach, though, on the fielder's choice. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's outside, and it's now even at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, this is an opportunity here for Mitchell to tie this thing up with a runner at third. 1 out, 1-1 count. Now make it a 2-1 count as Busch bounces that one into the dirt. Big opportunity here for the Colonels to tie things up, and if Waddell gets on, possibly look to take the lead here in the second.
That one's fouled back, and the count is now 2-2. And the first game, it was a 2-1 game. So with a 1-0 score right here in the top of the second, I think the Governors and Colonels are both in the same spot where they feel like they have to score if you're the Colonels. And for the Governors, they've got the infield in right now to try and keep this a 1-0 ball game. 2-2 pitch is fouled back, and we'll do it again because it's not a guarantee that this game's going to end up 11-10. Now, it possibly still could. You might see a lot of runs scored. But just looking at the first game and going into the second game, you can't expect too many times an opportunity to score. 2-2 pitch again is fouled back. So a good battle here between Busch and Waddell, both trying to win it. One to tie the ball game up and the other to keep that runner at third base and get a force out and just a ground ball to get you out of the inning. Busch looking for his third strikeout here. 2-2 pitch upstairs, and it's now 3-2. On deck is Brock Sparks. That double play would be in order if there is a walk issued.
And kind of going back to your point too, John, with the changeover from teams from the high school to the Legion season as Busch gets a swinging strikeout of Waddell for out number 2. Pierre's lineup, or Pierre's roster, I guess I should say, will stay relatively the same, but they will get back 3 super seniors this year in Bennett Dean, Isaac Pollock, and Aaron Booth, which will add both not only arms to the rotation in this already pretty deep rotation that Pierre has, but on top of that, a little bit of extra juice in the lineup as well.
First pitch to Brock Sparks, misses for ball 1. So the infield goes back to normal depth, and they can get a ground ball to get out of this inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-0 here to Brock Sparks. Sparks in game number 1, he went 0 for 3 at a backwards K, reaching a fielder's choice, and then also grounded out to lead off the top of the 7th inning. 2-0 pitch. That one's popped up right side. Going to be a tough play. Weeby going over, dives, but he can't make the catch. It drops in for an RBI single. The throw back to first and back in safely as Sparks, as the Governors were that close to getting out of the inning, and Weeby nearly made a spectacular play to get out of it, but the game is tied now 1-1 with 2 away here in the top of the second.
Yeah, great effort there from Jaden Weeby. I didn't think there was any world in which he would even come close to that ball. And, the diving effort, he came up, a few feet short. But like I said, even just watching that ball off the bat, I didn't think there was any chance that anybody was even going to come close. So a heck of an effort there by the second baseman here for the Govs. But regardless, the score ends up in a 1-1 tie here in the top of the second, and the bottom of the Mitchell order here will look to extend the lead here with 2 outs.
You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Just past 9 o'clock. First pitch. Runner takes off. No throw to second. It was taken inside for ball 1 to Carson Fahey. As now a runner on second base as Sparks steals it without a throw. Here's the 1-0 pitch upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. And for Christian Bush, again, this is not going to be a game where you have a long leash, mostly just because of the pitch count. You want to keep everybody under the 80 pitches, and while that still feels it's pretty far away, line shot to Johnny Lyons. That one's starting to rise on him, but he made the catch and retires the side here in the top of the second. 1 run scores on 1 hit in the inning. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. Pierre Governors and the Mitchell Colonels tied 1-1. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from his Son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back here to the bottom of the second, Pierre Governors is a 1-1 side with the Mitchell Colonels. John Winkler here alongside Blake Dean as the Governors will have 6, 7, and 8. Johnny Lyons, Brecken Kruger, and Jet Zabel as they look to reclaim the lead. Last time that Mitchell scored a run in the top of the inning was in the top of the 5th, which the Governors then answer in the bottom of the 5th, and that turned into the game's winning run with a 2-1 win over Mitchell in that first game of the doubleheader. Here's the first pitch to Johnny Lyons. That one will miss for ball 1. I wouldn't put money on it. I guess you probably shouldn't gamble on high school sports anyway.
Correct.
But if the Governors would score here to make it 2-1, I would be shocked if that's how the game would end. Be nice, as it counts 1-1 here to Johnny Lyons. But I wouldn't expect it to be a 2-1 score, especially if the Governors score right here to make it a 2-1 game. Here's the 1-1 to Lyons. That one's upstairs, and the count's now 2-1.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, John. I think this is going to be a game where we might see a slugfest here between these two teams. Let's see if the Governor offense can, outpower and outmuscle this Colonel offense, who is, 15-5 on the year.
Lyons out towards left field. That one is going to be off the wall, right below the foul pole, and it turns into a leadoff double, stand-up double for Johnny Lyons. I mean, he missed that home run by inches. If that's any higher, that goes off the foul pole, and it's a home run for Lyons. Instead, he's standing on second base, but the Governors are in a good spot to reclaim the lead as Brecken Kruger will come to the plate.
Yeah, I thought Johnny Lyons just retook the lead for the Governors on one swing of the bat. That looked like, to me, I was actually surprised that ball didn't get out because that was well struck, had the height, had the velocity, had the speed to get out of here, and just must have, like John said, hit the top of the wall because that ball was, I thought, way out of here off the bat.
And really, I thought the only thing that was going to be questioned if it was going to be fair or foul.
Right.
Because, like I said, I thought it, like you said too, I thought it was going to be out of here. We were just going to see if it was going to land fair or foul, but it landed fair, landed below the foul pole. As Brecken Kruger will try a bunt another time, hit the top of the front of the plate, and there's the backspin that makes it go foul. So the count is now 0-2 here to Kruger. Again, had the pitching wedge, I guess. Had the pitching wedge instead of the sand wedge.
That's right, yep.
I don't think that really makes – well, for me, again, doesn't make a difference. It's bad either way.
We're bad at golf.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's upstairs, and it's now 1-2.
Maybe we should get somebody to to take us out on the course and teach us a thing or two about golf, John, because our games are not up to par, I don't think. Or they're far above par, if I can use a golf analogy.
Right. As Kruger fouls the 1-2 pitch back, a thing or two would not be enough for both of us.
I would agree.
we need multiple things to go our way. I think it was Easter Sunday. I was talking to Bill Kaiser. Had a chance we were watching a little bit of golf as the 1-2 pitch is over to third base and stabbed by the third baseman, Helloyd. Looked like it took a really long time for it after Kruger. Looked like it was a rope off the bat, and Helloyd had to wait on it, made the catch, and there's one down here in the bottom of the second as Jet Zabel will come to the plate. But we're kind of talking. We had a chance Kaisers were nice enough to invite me over for Easter lunch, and we were sitting there watching a little bit of golf, and I said something about, it's got to be really nice. And it was really nice when you hit the ball perfectly and you can just bend down, pick up the tee, or just not watch the ball where it's going because it's going to land on the fairway right in the middle of the fairway.
Every time.
Right. And I said it was really nice the one time that happened for me. It happens. It's happened only once in my life I've been able to hit the ball and just start walking back to the golf cart. As the count is 2-0 here to Jet Zabel. If only, because most of the time I have to watch the ball to see where which tree it's going behind or in front of. Mm-hmm. That way I can try and find it. If I can lose just one golf ball in 9 or 18 holes, whichever one, I consider that a success.
That's a win, I think. I'm right there with you.
It counts 2-1 here to Jet Zabel.
I think the problem is because, you played high school baseball, I played high school baseball. I think it's a lot of, it's a different swing. It's a different swing pattern. So that's probably the reason for our, I assume you have a slice, John?
Oh, that's an understatement.
Okay. Me too. So it's definitely one of those things that different swing, but we have not unlearned our habits that were probably drilled into us ever since we were 5, 6, maybe even younger than that. So
Zabel grounded out to the first baseman, Simpson. Moving to third was Lyon, so there's 2 away, and here's Cade Kaiser. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Yeah, until I try and play the slice and look to the left and try and see if it would go to the right to get to the fairway, and then it hit, actually don't even hit the ball. It kind of hooks to the left real quick and drops down about 30 feet in front of me. As that pitch comes inside, and it's now 2-0. I think everybody has got a bunch of great golf stories, mostly coming from the fact that nothing good happened on the course. It was just something that happened on the course.
Funny stories off the golf course are the best stories, that's for sure.
2-0 pitch misses low, and it's now 3-0. I did, though, almost the first time I ever went golfing, almost hit a hole-in-one. It was a par 3, hit it 10 feet from the cup, and still parred the hole. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It's at the knees. It's now 3-1. So that tells you, look at that. I nearly had a hole-in-one. I can birdie my first ever hole, and nope, still got a par.
A feat of athletic genius, John. That right there screams prodigy.
Here's the 3-1, a ground ball that's just fouled down the third base line, and the count is full at 3-2. Not sure if I would have used those words, but it is a 3-2 count here to Cade Kaiser. I think the golf score turns into looking like a bowling score by the time I'm done.
I'm right there with you. I can't talk. I'm one of those people that, shooting 100 on 9 holes is a good day for me.
Here's the 3-2 pitch to Cade Kaiser as he'll sky that one out towards left field. Going back on it is Sparks. Still going back, and he'll make the catch and retires the side. Here in the bottom of the third inning. Leadoff double from Johnny Lyons, but he's stranded at third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and that one man left on base. We head to the top of the third inning. 1-1 is our score between Pierre and Mitchell. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
As we welcome you back here, top of the third inning, Pierre Governors. They are tied 1-1 with the Mitchell Colonels. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean are the pro golfers for the Pierre area. As it will be the top of the order, Seth Muth, Dylan Solik, and Jonah Schmidt be the first three hitters here for the Governors. And again, that was a complete lie that we are pro golfers. I don't think anybody believed us anyway. If you're just tuning in, Blake and I were exchanging stories on how we've gotten multiple holes in ones. We usually shoot about 10 under par every 18 holes, and also we're both millionaires too. So here's the first pitch to Seth Muth, and it will hit Seth Muth, and the leadoff man is on base for the third straight inning. As a new man on the mound for the Pierre Governors.
Next up, number 8.
As Dylan Solik will come to the plate, but Spencer Easlin is on the mound.
Good to see Spencer Easlin back on the mound. I have missed a few games and have not seen him pitch since the game against Rapid City Stevens, where he got hit on a comebacker, but it's good to see him back on the mound and throwing here for this Governor team.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Solik. That one comes high and inside, and the count's even at a ball and a strike. Solik struck out looking in the top of the first inning. One of three strikeout victims for Christian Bush, who went 2 innings, allowing that 1 run. He had 3 strikeouts, end up with 2 walks and 2 hits against. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Instead, Easlin will step off and regather here in the top of the third inning here of game number 2. Yeah, we started at 6:30. The first game only took an hour and 45 minutes, so it's not like we were playing a near 3.5-hour game in game number 1. We started at 6:30 here this evening. Counts 1-2 to Dylan Solik, the shortstop. Going back to golf here, I'm trying to make sure that I take the golf clubs with me throughout the summer with all the tournaments. As there's a ground ball, runner took off for second. It's going to be a tough play for Keenholz. He'll field and nowhere to throw it. No chance to get the runner at first, and there's an infield single for Solik. And there's nobody out. Runners at first and second here for Jonah Schmidt.
Designated hitter, number 11.
And that was a one off the handle. Again, goes down in the book as a hard line drive, but just barely got past the mound over the left side. No chance for Easlin to get to it, and once Keenholz fielded it, there was absolutely no shot to get the runner at first base. First pitch to Jonah Schmidt will miss for ball 1.
Yeah, Keenholz just coming in on the softly hit ground ball there. Not able to make a throw, so it'll go down as an infield single for the Mitchell Colonel. I'm missing a name.
Dylan Solik.
Solik. Okay, it's 8. I thought it was 9, and I was looking for a 9 in my program and was like, there's no number 9, but it'll go down as an infield hit for Solik. So
here's the 2-0 from Easlin to Schmidt. That one is skied out towards left field. Stalley going back all the way to the wall. It's a 3-run home run, but it's foul. That is a long strike. Schmidt made it a 4-1 ball game, but it is a foul ball. So it's just now a 2-1 count.
Yeah.
Wait, Stalley went back, and the way where he stopped, probably about 10 feet from the foul pole, thought maybe for sure that was going to be a home run because I lost sight of it. 2-1 pitch, outside now 3-1.
Yeah, that ball got up above the lights, and I lost it as well. Could definitely tell that it was a well-struck baseball. It was kind of like Johnny Lyons' double down the left field line. It was just a question of whether it was going to be fair or foul, and it ended up being foul.
There's a walk now to Schmidt, and the bases are loaded here with nobody out in the top of the third inning. As Jake Helloyd, the cleanup man, will come to the plate. He ground out to Keenels to end the top of the first inning. And the Governors are in a tough spot here. Looks like more action in the right field bullpen here for the Pierre Governors. But again, can't see who is warming up for the Pierre Governors. So Jake Helloyd with the bases loaded, nobody outs here in the top of the third. First pitch will bounce in, and a good block there from Grayson Hunsley, and it's a 1-0 count. Helloyd in game number 1 for the Colonels. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Mitchell had just 4 hits in the ball game. They already have 3 so far as we play here at the top of the third. That one's fouled back, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. 1 in each of the 3 innings, though, here for the Mitchell Colonels.
And this is dangerous territory here for the Governors with the bases loaded and nobody out. Let's see if Spencer Easland can wiggle his way out of this one.
Ground ball right back to him would be a good recipe to try and get out of it. 1-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. Infield is playing even with the bag, not too far in, but also not back in that normal double play depth, kind of playing semi in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one is popped up on the infield. Will be infield fly. Keenels will go back. He'll still go back. He'll make the catch. No tags. And there's one down. Did not see if the umpire signaled for an infield fly. Where he was at, it was turned into a pretty tough play to make, so it wasn't that routine play. You've seen, well, you know, about 10 years ago you saw.
I was literally just going to mention that.
You saw a relatively non-routine play turn into an infield fly.
I believe it was the Atlanta Braves and was it the Cardinals?
It was the Cardinals.
Was it the Cardinals?
It was,
oh,
yep.
Man.
Here's the first pitch. That one's fouled back and out of play. It's 0-1. I believe it was Pete Cosma that went back. Matt Holliday came in. The umpire signaled an infield fly right as Cosma then took off back to the infield. The ball dropped. Bases were loaded. And then everybody had to go. I think they kept it second and third, but they had the runner out, which turned into, I think, the second out. That one's popped up. That one's going back. Still, we'll see no infield fly called. Lincoln Keenels makes another catch, and there's now 2 down. Those are 2 catches by the infielder that is not an infield fly rule. Keenels makes it relatively routine. He just makes it look like it's relatively routine, but it is still still the second outs here in the inning, and it's now 2 down, and Peyton Mandel to the plate. And as quickly as the bases are loaded, is now 2 away, and Spencer Easland an out away from getting out of the jam. Here's the first pitch. And that one's popped up another time. Jaden Wiebe calls for it as he's on the infield. And Spencer Easland will tiptoe out of danger to get 3 straight pop-outs with the bases loaded and nobody out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the bases were left loaded. We head to the bottom of the third. 1-1 our score between Pierre and Mitchell. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Innovation, It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
Bottom of the third inning. 1-1 is our score between the Pierre Governors and the Mitchell Colonels. John Winkler here on this, alongside Blake Dean here on this Tuesday evening. Final game of the regular season for the Pierre Governors and the Mitchell Colonels. Top of the order for the Govs in the bottom of the third. Jane Wiebe, George Stalley, and Lincoln Keenolds after Spencer Easlin was a hit by a pitch, a base hit, and a walk. Load the bases with nobody out. Then 2 pop-ups to Lincoln Keenolds, who had to go back in the outfield to make the catch, and then a third straight pop-up to Jaden Wiebe to make the catch, and the Govs were able to escape danger. And Jaden Wiebe now comes to the plate.
We're going to give you the vocab word for the day here at 9:21 on a Tuesday evening. We kind of were going over names to dub Spencer Easlin after loading the bases with nobody out and getting out of it with no runs allowed. I just looked up what the definition for tightrope walking or tightrope walker is in Wikipedia, and Wikipedia describes it as tightrope walking, also called funambulism or funambulism.
Funambulism.
So maybe we'll call him the funambulist.
There we go.
Vocab word of the day.
DT is sitting listening to the game right now, about to go to bed, and going, you just took the trivia question for tomorrow.
Maybe that can be the trivia question for tomorrow for everybody.
Hopefully you're listening, because there will be a test tomorrow morning. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Jaden Wiebe. That one misses. Nope, takes it inside, and it's now 3-2 to Wiebe. He tripled to open up the bottom of the first inning. And funambulism?
Funambulism, yes.
There we go. Boy, it's like Theodosopoulos. Doesn't roll off the tongue very well. That was fouled out of we'll get out of play. It will get out of play. It's still at 3-2. Funambulism.
I've never heard that word in my life until 5 minutes ago when I looked it up.
And I will forget about it tomorrow morning.
Absolutely.
So DT probably still could read that, have that as the trivia question.
That's right.
Because I wouldn't get it right. I'd still, you have to have the pronunciation correct too.
That's right.
And I would not get that right. Here's a 3-2 pitch to Wiebe. He'll poke at it out towards the left center field. Coming over will be the left fielder, and Sparks to make the catch, and the leadoff man retired here in the bottom of the third.
I've often wondered if DT can change up trivia in the mornings just so people can't Google in what the answer is and then call in, to be maybe more something along the lines of, what number am I thinking of between 1 and 10? Because that way no one would ever be able to Google it.
That is true. And
just an idea, DT. I love trivia. I love trivia. Don't change it. But that would be kind of a fun exercise to try.
First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Then you get everybody to guess 1 through 10, and I'll be wrong. I'm like, well, I was thinking of 2 different numbers. I was thinking a different number when you said the first number. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Stalley. There's a ground ball up the middle, fielded by the shortstop and Solik. The throw to first is going to be just in time to get the speedy Stalley, and there's now 2 down here at the bottom of the third. Stalley had the RBI sac fly in the bottom of the first inning, as now it's Lincoln Keenolds with nobody on and 2 away here in the bottom of the third inning. That's the I wouldn't even say Google. I would say probably the invention of the smartphone
that's definitely more what it is.
Trivia. I wouldn't even say really hurt trivia. There's a lot of honest players that still play. There's a ground ball to the left side, fielded by Helloyd at third. A quick inning, 1-2-3 inning for Sokup on the mound. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the top of the fourth. Pierre Governors and Mitchell Colonels tied 1-1. As you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684. As we welcome you back here at the top of the fourth inning, the Pierre Governors and Mitchell Colonels tied 1-1. Spencer Easlin on the mound. Spencer Funambulism Easlin. And I think I got that right. I think I might have butchered it already.
That's good. Hey, we'll take it.
There we go.
That and Theodosopoulos have gotten a lot better over Funambulism, I guess, just tonight. But
yeah, right.
Theodosopoulos over the last 4 years, that's for sure.
And a long 4 years it was.
It was a long 4 years to get there. We started at Theo, and now we're all the way there.
We went from Theo to that guy to now Theodosopoulos. Here's the first pitch to Landon Waddell. Oh, it hits the helmet, and he will take first base. That ball went flying off the top of the helmet, and the leadoff man was hit by a pitch for the second straight inning. And I'm not sure that, Spencer Easlin has got the funambulism down. There you go. I don't know if he really wants to load the bases again and try and tightrope out of it another time.
Yeah, but once is enough for the blood pressure. I would agree.
So here's Brock Sparks, who singled home the only run for the Mitchell Colonels here in this second game. Here at the top of the fourth with one on, nobody out in a 1-1 game. That one's fouled back, and it's 0-1 here to Brock Sparks. We're talking trivia with in the mornings on KCCR, and of course that's right around 7, a little after 7:30. But I usually end up taking the trivia questions whenever DT's out for vacation, whatever it might be. And when I have to step in, I'll take over the trivia questions. And, well, I mean, here in a couple weeks, DT will be on vacation, and I will be stepping in. And you better have your sports references ready to go, because I will ask probably plenty of sports questions. Although my favorite question that I asked was about the Oregon Trail and where it began.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know that offhand.
Or the game, I guess. Maybe the Oregon Trail and also 0-2 is missed.
Go ahead.
No, have you played the Oregon Trail before?
I actually haven't, no.
Oh,
it's a legendary game, one that I have not played, and I hard-pressed to find anybody that's actually completed it because everybody eventually ends up dying of dysentery.
The 1-2 pitch is upstairs, says now 2-2. That's Zach and I got onto that conversation, that topic, one morning, and I said that too. Like, I don't think I ever beat the game because everybody in the party always died of dysentery. And so then I asked the trivia question, and I wish I could remember who it was, but the lady that won said no, she never played it, but she know that her sons played it, and they always died of dysentery also. Yep. The count is 3-2 here to Brock Sparks.
It'll get you that dysentery.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout for Spencer Easlin, his first of the evening, and there's one down, and it will bring up Carson Fahey, the right fielder.
We'll run around some sports scores for you sports fans that are staying up late with us on a Tuesday evening. The Minnesota Twins and the Oakland Athletics are tied 0-0 in the top of the third. Looks like John's St. Louis Cardinals were in a doubleheader today with the New York Mets. The Mets ended up taking Game 1 3-1, and in Game 2, the Cardinals are currently winning 4-3 in the bottom of the ninth with one out. There are runners on first and second base, though, with Gallegos. It's Giovanni Gallegos, if I am not mistaken.
You are correct.
Pitching to Mark Canha with the winning run at or the winning run at first base for the Mets, and Canada goes down swinging. So there's now 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Cardinals are 1 out away from ending the game, but Francisco Lindor is at the plate for the Mets.
Counts 1-1 here to Carson Fahey.
As the Cardinals fan beside me takes a big inhale of worry.
Was it Gus Johnson that was calling 2 games at once a couple years ago during football?
Did he really? I guess I don't remember that.
Gosh, or no, maybe it was Kevin Harlan that was doing that. He was calling 2 games at once because he was talking to, and I can't remember the exact situation, but he was talking about a missed field goal, and then right before the other team scored. I can't remember who the 4 teams that were playing, but it had to deal with the playoffs and everything. But yeah, Kevin Harlan's so good at his job, he was able to call two games at the same time. As it counts 2-2 here to Carson Fahey.
And he's got such a great voice, too.
His ability to have crazy things happen, like someone running on the field or a cat on the field, just everything to kind of be out of the source. There's a ground ball, high chopper for Keenels. Throw to second for 1, back to first. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and it gets out of the inning. Fantastic turn from Keenels to Wiebe to Nedved, and the Governors will get a uncharacteristic 1-2-3 inning, but a double play to end that top of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We have the bottom of the 4th. Pierre Governors and Mitchell Colonels tied 1-1. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the 4th inning, Pierre Governors and Mitchell Colonels, they are tied 1-1 going into the bottom of the 4th inning. 4, 5, and 6, Gary Nedved, Grayson Hunsley, and Johnny Lyons be the first 3 hitters. Governors with 1 run, 2 hits so far with 1 error. The Mitchell Colonels 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors so far. The Colonels have left 5 men on base. The Governors have left 2 men on base. Here is Nedved, who is 0 for 1 with a ground down to the third baseman. Takes high for ball 1 to open up the bottom of the 4th inning. And this 1-1 tie here in game number 2 of our doubleheader between the Pierre Governors and the Mitchell Colonels. After tonight, the Governors, and then we'll wait to see where the standings will sit tomorrow morning, as that one's fouled out of play and the count's even at a ball and a strike. And then we'll be on the road, most likely. Okay, I didn't even say most likely. It will be out east because there is nobody in front of them that could go out west. We'll be out east somewhere, whether it's Sioux Falls, maybe Brandon, maybe Brookings, maybe Mitchell. There's a swing and a miss by Nedved, and the count is now 1-2. But we'll be on the road Saturday. We'll have that game for you on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. They will be the second game of the day. So we'll have to also wait to see the timing of it before we let you all know, as there's a strikeout of Gary Nedved. Goes down looking to open up the bottom of the 4th. And there's 1 down.
Yeah, nice pitch by Soak up there. Dropped that curveball right into the zone here, right at the end, and ended up getting Nedved looking.
Here's Grayson Hunsley, struck out swinging, his first trip to the plate. And Soak up into his 4th inning of work. Ground ball left side. Solik off the glove, picks it back up. The long throw to first is not going to be in time. It'll be an air charge to Solik. And there's 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, and it will bring up Johnny Lyons, who doubled, nearly homered his last trip to the plate. As Trevor Rounds will come in and run for Grayson Hunsley.
I am happy to report, though, John, that Gallegos did get Lindor striking to strike out swinging, so the doubleheader split between the Cardinals and the Mets today.
That's good news. Appreciate the good news report there from Blake Dean. Here's the first pitch to Johnny Lyons, misses for ball one. There was probably some prop bets of what inning they were going to what inning they were going to have a benches clearing brawl in either game 1 or game 2 of the doubleheader.
Oh, really?
Because they did have that benches clearing altercation last time when they were in St. Louis after Nolan Arenado almost got hit up in the head after the several Mets players, and I say several as in like a lot of Mets players had been hit in that series. And it kind of festered over and thought maybe it would carry into this series. There's still 2 more games left to go. There's a strike to Lions, and the count's now even at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, never good to see 2 teams go at it like that in any sport, be it baseball, football, the NBA. Obviously, we're old enough to remember the malice at the Palace in 2004 when the Indiana Pacers, specifically Ron Artest and Steven Jackson, ended up fighting fans instead of the opposing team.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's the pitch that's low, is now 2-1. And then even this year, it was with the Pistons and the Lakers, where LeBron, and I cannot remember the guy's name for the Pistons.
Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah, started to get into it. And remember the PA guy saying, fans, do not leave your seat. You must stay in your seat, as that pitch is low and outside, but at the corner, and it's now 2-2. And I'm sure that PA guy was having flashbacks of the malice at the Palace because it was in Detroit. He's going, we don't need this to happen again, because it got a little ugly out on the court. Thankfully, it was just on the court and not within the stands. 2-2 pitches upstairs, and it's now 3-2 here to Johnny Lyons with 1 out and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th.
That same note, are the Pistons still playing at the Palace of Auburn Hills? I don't know if they've moved into a new facility or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're playing in now or what the stadium's called. 3-2 pitch is taken for strike 3. A back pick to first and back in safely is Rounds. There's now 2 down, and it's the second strikeout of the inning. Both of them looking here in the top of the 4th, and they'll bring up Brecken Kruger, who lined out to the third baseman, Heltloin, in his first trip to the plate.
Yeah, and you heard the groans from the home crowd here on that called strike 3. They maybe didn't agree with that, but again, they're not the ones wearing the red out on the field, so their opinions are moot, I guess I should say.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Brecken Kruger from Sokup. That one will catch the inside edge, and it's now 1-1. And it's pretty much, it doesn't matter what the boos or the groans. Unfortunately, the call is left up to, well, I guess I should say unfortunately. That one will get to the backstop. Rounds will take second. He will stop at second base. And so now he is in scoring position with a 2-1 count. It's probably fortunate that it is left up to the umpire.
I agree.
And not to the fans, because that would not end up well.
The home team would win every game.
That is true, unless there is no. Well, I don't know. The Pierre Governors might have a shot to win a lot of games, because sometimes the road crowd turns out more than the home crowd does for.
That's true.
Games. It counts 2-2.
One of the things I've loved about Pierre, both growing up here and now obviously moving back here as an adult, is the support from the community. So thank you to the fans that are here, and obviously all the fans that we have listening to the game on the radio with us.
Base hit to left field. Coming around third is Rounds. He will score as the throw goes up the line. Kruger will take second, and the Governors are back on top 2-1 on the RBI single for Brecken Kruger. And with the throw, Kruger also wisely took second base, so the Govs still have an RBI opportunity as Jet Zabel will come to the plate. As Brecken Kruger has opened things back up for the Governors, they have the lead again. It's also RBI number 9 for Brecken Kruger. One more, and he joins the other 6 that have 10-plus RBIs for this Pierre Governor squad.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting by Brecken Kruger, lining that ball into left field. Rounds scoring from second. Obviously, he was going on contact with 2 outs.
Swing and a miss by Zabel. And it's 0-1. Zabel grounded out to the first baseman in his first at-bat. That came in the bottom of the second. Zabel is 1 for 4 on the day in total. 1 for 3 in game number 1. That pitch comes inside, and the count is even at a ball and a strike here to Jet Zabel, the right fielder. And you mentioned earlier in game 1 about the Schmitz. And
yes.
I think Mitchell's probably thinking the same thing, too, as, boy, how many times are we going to have to face a Zabel? As there's a strike taken, the count's now 1-2 to Jet Zabel.
2 more years, Mitchell fans.
Right.
After this year, 2 more years.
Right. So, yeah. And
3 years total, I guess.
Zabel with just the sophomore, and the amount of varsity time he got in football and in basketball as he swings and misses and will strike out to end the inning, it's still hard to remember that he is just a sophomore, as the Governors do score the run in the bottom of the 4th inning on the 1 hit in the inning. That was an RBI single for Brecken Kruger, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the 5th, and the Pierre Governors lead it 2-1 over the Mitchell Colonels. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, let's go. We're going to be late for the baseball game.
I know my air conditioner is letting me down like our middle reliever last game. I have to give someone a call.
That's easy. Call in the closer, AirTech Heating and Cooling. They use Coleman brand heaters and air conditioners, and like our team's closer, AirTech with Coleman products give us quality and dependability we can trust to win the game.
You're right. I'm going to the bullpen. AirTech, I need you.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Top of the 5th inning, Pierre Governors lead it 2-1 over the Mitchell Colonels. John Winkler here alongside Blake Dean, as it's the top of the order for the Mitchell Colonels. Seth Muth, Dylan Solik, and Jonas Schmidt. I learned during the commercial break my acting skills are not up to par. As you probably
That's not true.
You heard in the AirTech commercial.
We were just saying that's my favorite commercial.
Okay.
It's my favorite commercial. I love the. You could give him an Oscar right now, Academy.
Here's the first pitch to Seth Muth, and that is missing for ball 1. And I believe that is a lie.
Not true.
Not true. I'm not sure that that is worthy. My acting job is worthy of an Oscar. But AirTech is a proud sponsor of Pierre Governor Baseball, and while you should definitely call AirTech, just don't have me try and act for you when you call AirTech.
I think you should. I think call and ask for John Winkler and DT Meyer to help you out with all of your heating and cooling needs.
AirTech's gonna go. I don't know who John Winkler is. That pitch is upstairs. Yeah, the count's 3-1 here to the leadoff hitter in Seth Muth.
You're probably right. They wouldn't know who. They would, if you would ask for John or DT, they'd go, who are they?
Well, they would know DT. They would not know who John Winkler is. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one's taken for a strike, and the count is now full to Muth, who is not officially had an at-bat in this game. He walked and was hit by a pitch both in the first and third, and he was leading things off here again in the top of the 5th with action out in the left field bullpen, a lefty warming up for the Mitchell Colonels. 3-2. Another walk issued by Spencer Easlin as he hits the first 2 guys in the first 2 innings to lead things off, and then he has also walked the leadoff man now here in his 3rd inning of work. As it's Dylan Solik, who is 1 for 2, and that will also end the day for Spencer Easlin. So we'll step aside. We'll come back and tell you the changes here in just a little bit. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727. As we welcome you back here, Jaden Wiebe is now on the mound here for the Pierre Governors, as he will deal with a runner on first and nobody out in the top of the fifth as he tries to get the final outs of this ball game. 9 outs to go here for Pierre. They lead it 2-1. As Wiebe is on the mound, Kaiser comes in off of the bench from the DH spot to play second base, so the DH is now gone for the rest of the ball game, and it'll be Dylan Solik to the plates. He is 1 for 2. He singled back in the top of the third inning. Eastland did not allow a run in those 2 innings of work, although he is responsible for the runner at first base, so we can't officially close the book on his day until after Muth has either retired or scored. First pitch swinging and a high pop-up left side into foul territory. Lincoln Keenholz will go all the way out there to make the catch. That was a long, long run by Lincoln Keenholz, and the first pitch from Wiebe turns into a foul out from Dylan Solik. And Jonah Schmidt now will come to the plate. Boy, that one got up there near the jet stream, which there's not a lot of wind tonight, but that was a high pop-up.
It really was. And, great play by Lincoln Keenholz, who's really showing off his range tonight. A couple of pop-ups from previous innings. I'll let you call this one, John.
That was all the way out towards the wall. That one will get foul. Jonah Schmidt nearly tied the ball game up because it was a long run for Zabel, and it landed just foul near the corner out there by the marker of the distance, and it's an 0-1 count now here to Jonah Schmidt.
Yeah, that was a well-struck ball from Schmidt, and he, like you said, about nearly tied the game. But going back to Keenholz, really showing off his range, both catching that ball in foul territory over on the left-hand side. Go ahead and call this one too, John.
Lions on the steal attempt from the runner and getting to second base. The runner from first to second, and Muth started to go back to first base, thinking that maybe Lions caught the ball. It turns into a 5-3 putout, and Muth nearly got put into a pickle between first and second, but he is now at second base with 2 away here in the top of the fifth inning, and Jake Hilloyd now will step to the plate.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there from Muth, the base runner, but he does end up on second base with 2 outs here.
As the first pitch will miss for ball 1.
And I will go ahead and read the line score here on Jaden Wiebe coming into the ball game here.
There's a ground ball again for Johnny Lyons. The throw across the diamond is in time. How about the line score in the bottom of the fifth inning as Wiebe is able to get out of it, the 3 men that he faces. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We have the bottom of the fifth. Pierre Governors still lead it to 2-1 over the Mitchell Colonels. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified. Call True Green, 882-0643.
If you're in the market for a new home, call my mom or grandma, Kathy. Sunshine Properties is my mom and my grandma.
When you're ready to buy or sell, rely on us, Kathy Sunshine Properties. We'll help you to buy or sell with confidence. When you're out and about, stop and see us at our new location on the corner of Capitol and Central here in Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to the bottom of the 5th inning, Pierre Governors lead at 2-1 as the Mitchell Colonels will have a new man on the mound. As we'll get you that man here real quick, as we'll have to go to their game changer because the writing of Coach Luke Norton was not very good to read the name for the Mitchell Colonels, but it will be Peyton Schroeder.
Okay.
So
I got the last name as Schroeder, but I didn't pick up the first name.
Boy, I could not even see that that was Schroeder when in the in the lineup card from Coach Norton. But he will face will be 9-1-2. Kate Kaiser, Jane Wiebe, and George Stalley. If you want to go ahead, Blake, and give the line score for Spencer Eastland.
The line score for Spencer Eastland, no runs on a few hits. I don't have the line score in front of me. I was going to give you the last inning, the line score on Jaden Wiebe when he was coming into the game.
I
have those stats in front of me. I do not have the line score for Spencer Eastland, but he did not allow a run. So
I'll give you that here in just a second. Kate Kaiser will step to the plate. He is 0 for 1. First pitch from Schroeder. Kaiser will sky this out towards left center field. Reaching after it will be the center fielder Muth to reach Tyler Kaiser in one pitch here in the to open up the bottom of the 5th inning.
You thought I was ahead of the game, John.
I thought you were ahead of the game, and I misheard you there. Let's give you Christian Bush as well. He went to those 2 innings, gave up 1 run on 2 walks, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. Spencer Eastland also went 2 innings, allowing just 1 hit, no runs. 2 walks.
Few hits. Yeah,
2 walks and 1 strikeout. Here's Jade Wiebe taking for strike 1. I really appreciate the effort that you had to.
You're gonna throw me out on a limb with no stats. I'm gonna give you what I got, which is not a lot.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. It bounces in. It's now 1-1. I feel so bad that I did that to you too.
That's
but
okay.
You were about to, and you could have said that, and I never would have even guessed. Like I haven't pulled it up or anything, so you could have been completely right. Oh man,
I would not have been right at all, but I would have fooled you, the listener, and the play-by-play man to my left here.
Here's the 1-1 to Wiebe. There's a base hit to the left side for Jaden Wiebe, as he is now 2 for 3 in the ball game.
Helping out his own cause. A nice piece of hitting there from Jaden Wiebe, poking a single through the left side of the infield.
As Christian Bush threw 38 pitches, Spencer Eastland threw 35. Wiebe threw just 5 pitches in the 3 outs that he recorded in that first inning. He'll probably get at least the 6th inning to go with, since he only threw 5 pitches to get those 3 outs. Here's George Stalley, who had the RBI sac fly back in the first, and also grounded out. He's 0 for 1. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
I will say, John, kind of going back to our conversation from a few innings ago, if we were betting men, we would definitely be losing money on this game because this is turning out to be another 2-1 ball game here.
And here's a double play ball. Flip to second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. George Stalley, the speed of Stalley, was able to beat that out. 4-6 on the fielder's choice. And it's now 2 down with still a runner at first base. And Lincoln Keenels now will come to the plate. He was 0 for 1. He walked and also grounded out. And I guess I was somewhat right. Not that this 2-1 is going to be the final score, but you look at what the score is right now, and I said in the bottom of the 2nd, if the Governors scored, it probably wouldn't end a 2-1 score. Well, right now it's still sitting 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Lincoln Keenels.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't end that way. Let's hope that this middle of the Governor order here can plate George Stalley from second here with 2 outs, but if all else holds, we'll just keep playing good defense and keep throwing the ball across the plate.
Keenels out towards right center field. It will get down as Muth was unable to make the catch. 1 run will come around to score. Keenels, he's rounding third. He's going to try and score. The throw coming all the way to the plate. The slide, not in time. And Lincoln Keenels comes all the way around to score. The Governors lead it 4-1. Clears the bases. And with 2 outs in the 5th inning, the Govs extend their lead to 3. Told you the game would end 2-1. Now the question is that an inside the park home run? Because Muth made a good play at it, but that's a long way to run and a tough air to give Muth if that becomes an error. I think that's got to be a hit, and it will be a hit, an inside the park home run for Lincoln Keynoles.
Yeah, it was kind of tough to read from our angle. I at least have a little bit of a glare looking out toward right center where Keenholz hit that baseball. Not sure if Muth was able to get a glove on it or not. It looked like he started maybe even falling down before he got to the ball. So regardless, again, we will defer to the official scorekeepers and give that a base hit, and not only a base hit, but an inside the park home run for Lincoln Keenholz, making this a 4-1 ball game.
That is his 2nd home run of the season. As there's a line shot down the line, hooking, and it stays fair. Gary Nedved will round first. He's on his way to 2nd. He's got a stand-up double. And the Governors still in business here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A fielder's choice, a base hit fielder's choice. Got the inning to continue. Turned into an inside the park home run. Now Nedved with a 2-out double. And an inning that looked like it was going to get out of it without any runs to score. Now Mitchell's struggling to get out of this inning with another runner in scoring position. Grayson Hunsley, who's 0 for 2, looking for a base hit to give the Govs a 4-run lead. It's a great shot there by Nedved right down the line, as Hunsley will foul that first pitch away.
Yeah, another great piece of hitting by Gary Nedved. 2 doubles now in 2 games, both really, really well-struck baseballs. This one here, like John said, right down the line, the left field line in fair territory, was hooking a little bit, was hoping it was going to stay inside the line, and it sure did.
As Hunsley out towards left center field, diving for it, and unable to make the catch as the left fielder in Sparks. Another run comes in to score, an RBI single for Grayson Hunsley. And 2 balls that nearly were caught to end the inning 2 different times turns into RBIs, and the Governors now lead it 5-1 over the Mitchell Colonels. Another RBI for Grayson Hunsley, his 2nd of the day.
Yeah, 2nd of the day for Hunsley. Both of them on singles. This one a decently struck baseball that just landed right in front of the diving Brock Sparks in left field. Obviously, Nedved off on the crack of the bat with 2 outs. He comes around to score pretty easily.
Arrows off the glove of the third baseman. The throw to first is not going to be in time, so an error will continue the inning as Hill Lloyd tried to wait for the ball to play him instead of playing the baseball on the ground ball, and it turns into an error, and it's now 1st and 2nd with 2 away, and the inning right now for Mitchell just seemingly like it can't end. Here's Brecken Kruger, who had the RBI single that gave the Governors the lead in the bottom of the 4th, back up to the plate.
Yeah, and you really kind of got a feel here for Peyton Schroeder, the left-handed pitcher for Mitchell, because he is, throwing the ball across the plate, doing everything he can, and really, in all reality, over the last 3 hitters, 2 of them had, a chance to be outs. I think both outfielders may have gotten a glove on both baseballs. So really, really tough breaks here for the yellow and black of Mitchell. And we'll see if the green and gray can continue the inning, but doesn't look to be the case here.
A sliding grab by Hell Lloyd on a ground ball by Kruger. He steps to the bag at 3rd to finally put an end to the inning. But 3 runs score in the inning, 4 hits for the Governors, including an inside the park 2-run homer for Lincoln Keenholz. And the Governors now lead 5-1 after 5 innings of play. We'll step aside, come back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Top of the sixth inning, the Pierre Governors, they lead it now 5-1 over the Mitchell Colonels. John Winkler here alongside Blake Dean as we have hit 10 o'clock at KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. A little bit later night than normal, but we have 6 outs to go for the Governors. They've extended their lead to 4 with a 5-1 advantage as Carter Simpson will lead things off as he takes high for ball 1. That was just the 6th pitch of the day for Jaden Wiebe. Again, the Governors, through the first game and through the first 2 pitchers of this ball game, have put themselves in a spot to get to Saturday with having everybody available. As the 2-0 pitch now from Jaden Wiebe to Carter Simpson. That one's over for a strike, and it's now 2-1. How about the lines for Jaden Wiebe?
Thank you, John. Jaden Wiebe has thrown 8 innings this year coming into tonight's outing. He has pitched in 6 games, so really kind of used more in this relief role here for the green and gray. He's allowed 10 hits, 8 runs, 6 of them earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, has hit 1 batter and comes in with an ERA of 5.25 and a whip of 1.5. So again, really kind of used more in this relief role here for the Govs, but pretty effective overall as far as the pitching side of things for Jaden Wiebe. And, you know, kind of like John and I had said at the top of the broadcast of Game 1, you know, maybe this is an opportunity for Jaden Wiebe to show what he's got and maybe pitch his way into a spot this weekend.
The 2-2 pitch is fouled off the glove of Hunsley, and it remains at 2-2. And Wiebe might be the guy that in Game 1, with the lead in the 6th going in the 7th inning, he might be the guy you turn to get to close the game out. 2-2 pitch. Jaws misses a little bit low and outside. The count's now 3-2. But then you think about, too, in game number 2, he could come back and throw in that second game. And, you know, we've seen Wiebe throw in both games before in a doubleheader. So he's got the arm capacity, and sometimes for guys it's hard to have that happen as there's a base hit for Simpson to open up here at the top of the 6th inning as he goes out to right field for the base hit, and it brings up now Peyton Mandel. But Wiebe would be a guy that if you're going to turn to somebody twice, he's the guy to do it. He's the guy that you probably are going to look to first out of anybody.
Yep, absolutely. And I think that is based off of, you know, not only his ERA, but just the fact that he's done this before. You know, he comes into games. This is his 7th appearance on the year. He hasn't started a game on the mound. You know, he's come in this relief role. He's used to this rather than, you know, a lot of the other arms that have, you know, seen a lot more innings. Those are typically your starting pitchers. So Jaden Wiebe is definitely an arm you can turn to potentially this weekend. Kind of like John said, if you get 6 good innings out of, you know, somebody like Lincoln Keenholz or Jet Zabel or Christian Busch or, you know, Spencer Kelly, if he's healthy enough to throw, or Brady Getz, Jackson Edmonds, somebody like that.
There's a swing and a miss by Mandel, and there's a strikeout, first of the game for Jaden Wiebe, and there's now 1 down with 1 on here at the top of the 6th as Landon Waddell will come to the plate. He is 0 for 2 or 0 for 1, was strikeout, and then also was hit by a pitch as he steps back to the plate here in the top of the 6th inning. Again, with the Governors leading right now 5-1, don't have the opportunity and the capacity to really kind of enter in the 247-point wins if scores hold out to see where the Governors would jump to. But you got to think Yankton lost. They split with Jefferson and Washington, and coming in, they were just 0.5 points behind Yankton. So if they're able to make that up in some capacity over gaining a couple points and Yankton losing a couple points, that could turn into the Governors, at the very least, jumping into the 8th spot and being the home team against Yankton on Saturday. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
And not only that, too, John, but just looking at the seed points for both Yankton and Sioux Falls Lincoln. Lincoln also has 41 seed points. So the Govs could very easily jump up to the 7 spot, too. So there's an opportunity here for the Govs to pick up. If they can pick up 2 47-point wins, that could be huge for their seed points and their seed rankings.
A swing and a miss, another strikeout for Wiebe. The runner stole second, nearly was thrown out, but Simpson is safe at second. There's 2 down now here in the top of the 6th, and it brings up Brock Sparks, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI single, and then also struck out swinging back at the top of the 4th. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the standings after all the games are done tonight, which I think this is the last one that is in play. As there's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Like I said, don't really have the I mean, I probably could try and get something like that, but it'd be way too tough to do. I can't do too many things at once because I do it all terribly to begin with. But
not true.
Here the count is 1-1 to Brock Sparks. The runner on second and 2 down here at the top of the 6th. 5-1 Governors lead over the Mitchell Colonels with 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-1. That one's fouled back, and the count is now 1-2. And Wiebe's a strike away from striking out the side, not in order, but still getting 3 strikeouts in the inning.
To your point earlier, John, I wish people would be able to sit in my chair here for just even a night to see how much truly goes on up here. It's really kind of a treat to watch you work and do your job. I'm just kind of the monkey that sits beside you and blabbers his mouth off, but you really do a good job of running the show up here. It's really a treat to be able to sit beside you every game and not only talk sports, but also to watch you really flawlessly run your job up here.
Again, Blake Dean with a lot of lies here tonight. But striking out, looking with Sparks to end the top of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We've played 5.5. The Pierre Governors, they lead it 5-1. 5-1 over the Mitchell Colonels. There, I turned my mic down before I was ready. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre, or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Pierre Governors, they are leading 5-1 as a new man on the mound for the Mitchell Colonels. Dylan Solik is now the mound for Mitchell as he will deal with 8, 9, and 1. Jet Zabel, Cade Kaiser, and Jaden Wiebe will be the first 3 hitters to face Solik. After Schroeder went just that 1 inning, and for Schroeder, not really a bad outing. I mean, he did his job to get out of that inning, and while there were no errors, there was 1 error in that inning to put up, but that came after the 4 hits were had in that inning. Solik did his job to try and get out of it. Again, it wasn't any errors, but you can't fault the pitcher, and Schroeder did a fantastic job, although he gave up those 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, really just kind of an unfortunate break for Peyton Schroeder that will, maybe show up negatively in his box score if you take a 30,000-foot view and just look at his statistics. But, in all reality, he pitched well enough tonight to really put himself and his team in a position to win a baseball game. With the way that Pierre has thrown the baseball on the mound tonight, the offense really hasn't necessarily done their part, but you're right, John. You really can't fault Peyton Schroeder. He really pitched really well and just kind of was the victim of some unfortunate breaks here tonight.
There's a swing and a miss by Zabel, and the count is now 2-2. Here's the leadoff man in the bottom of the sixth. The only guy was Zabel in that fifth inning that did not come to the plate when the Govs scored 3 runs on 4 hits and an error to pick up a 5-1 advantage. Here's the 2-2. That's outside and high, and the count is now full at 3-2. Here to open up the bottom of the sixth for Mitchell in the top of the seventh. They will have 9-1-2. That is if the Governors don't score 6 runs here in the bottom of the sixth inning to send us home with a doubleheader sweep. There's a swing and a miss by Zabel. He is down on strikes for the second time in the ball game. There's one down to open up the bottom of the sixth inning, and it brings up the number 9 hitter in Cade Kaiser.
Some looking back at or looking around the United States at some other sports that are going on right now as far as the professional sports scene. The Colorado Avalanche are up on the St. Louis Blues 2-1 in the second period. That makes the play-by-play man to my left a little bit sad as he's up here in his St. Louis Blues polo. In the other NHL game that went on tonight, the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Florida Panthers 4-1, and the Lightning lead that series 1-0.
Cade Kaiser hit by a pitch. He is on at first, and back to the top of the order for now, Jaden Wiebe.
This obviously the second round of the NHL playoffs. And in other sports news today, as far as the NBA draft lottery is concerned, the Orlando Magic win the NBA draft lottery for the first time since 2004, where they selected a center out of an Atlanta area high school by the name of Dwight Howard with the number 1 overall pick that year. The rest of the top 4 of the lottery ended up being Oklahoma City at number 2, Houston at number 3, and the Sacramento Kings with the number 4 selection.
Kaiser was off with the pitch, and the throw from the catcher Waddell sailed into center field. Muth wasn't making his way into back up the throw, so taking third then was Kaiser, and that will be an error also charged to the catcher in Waddell. As Wiebe now with a man 90 feet away from scoring, he'll rope that one out towards right field, going back on it and making the catch is the right fielder in Fahey, but tagging and scoring is going to be Kaiser, and it's now a 6-1 ball game. As Jaden Wiebe gets the RBI, he is 2 for 3 in the ball game with that lone RBI right now, and the Govs have extended the lead to 5 with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th, and are in a good spot here. Again, maybe not so much send us home in the bottom of the 6th, but send us home happy in the top of the 7th with a doubleheader sweep of Mitchell. First pitch to Stalley, taking inside edge for strike 1. Dwight Howard, what a run he had in Orlando. He was a lot of fun to watch in his Orlando days. There's a swing and a miss. It's now 0-2. Pretty much the last time that the Magic were good in basketball.
Relevant, really. Yeah. You think about that 2009-2010 team that went to the NBA Finals. Go ahead and call this play, John.
Stalley out towards right center field as it will get over the head and down away from Fahey. Rounding second on his way to third is Stalley. He's got a stand-up 2-out triple, and the inning is not quite done with yet. Lincoln Keenels has an RBI opportunity as Stalley adds to the extra base hits that the Governors have been able to pour on the Mitchell Colonels here in this doubleheader.
Yeah, really well-struck ball from George Stalley. And that swing right there goes to show why George Stalley is leading this team in slugging percentage. He is able to hit to right field with power, and that ball is just out of the reach of Fahey and allows the speed of George Stalley to, turn an easy stand-up double for most people into a stand-up triple for him.
That is the 5th extra base hit in the game, 6th extra base hit in total of this doubleheader, as the Governors had a double and a home run in the bottom of the 5th inning and a triple here in the bottom of the 6th. Also, it was a triple for Jaden Wiebe, so that's the second triple of the ball game, 2 doubles, a home run, and also a double. So quality extra base hits for the Governors here in this doubleheader against the Mitchell Colonels. Counts 0-2 here to Lincoln Keenels. And the pitch looked at for strike 3. Keenels will go down on strikes and retires aside here in the bottom of the 6th. But a run does score on the RBI sac fly from Jaden Wiebe. 1 hit in the inning, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 1 error in the inning as well. We head to the top of the 7th. Pierre Governors lead it 6-1, 3 outs away from taking game 1 of this, taking game 2 of this doubleheader. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family-owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
Little Sweet! Did you miss your exit?
For the 2nd time in a row.
Ooh, 3rd time's a charm. You deserve a treat for that time on the road. Did you lose your favorite sunglasses?
Yes, and they were on my head.
Or did you remember your wallet, but forget your phone instead? So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you meal prep all your lunches and order tacos instead?
I'm so ashamed. Please don't tell my wife.
I went to the grocery store and actually remembered my reusable bags.
Earth-friendly, so sexy. It's one of a kind, it'll blow your mind. That deserves a Dr. Pepper.
First pitch swing in to lead off the top of the 7th. George Staley will make the catch, and there's 1 pitch and 1 out here in the top of the 7th, as the Pierre Governors now just 2 outs away from picking up a doubleheader sweep of the Mitchell Colonels. Carson Fahey flies out to the left fielder in Staley, and now brings up Seth Muth, the top of the order for the Mitchell Colonels.
Yeah, nice job by Jaden Wiebe to just, put the ball over the plate and let the Colonels get themselves out here. Again, a great outing here from Wiebe so far, and kind of like we talked about last inning, maybe he's pitching his way into a spot on Saturday.
The 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike, and it's now 1-1. As I kind of joked in between the commercial break that I said game 1, it's actually game 2, and my dad is being a little bit of a smart aleck and asked me which game it is, whether it's game 1 or game 2. It is game 2. It would be really tough to start another game at about 10:45 tonight, but this is game 2 of the doubleheader. 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball to the right side that'll get through a seeing eye single with 1 out here at the top of the 7th. Seth Muth is on for the 4th time, and that's just his first base hit. He was had a walk, hit by a pitch, a walk, and now a single. So he has been on base all 4 times he's come to the plate. And it'll bring up Dylan Solik, the now pitcher for the Mitchell Colonels, with 1 on and 1 out.
Yeah, just a base hit through the right side of the infield there from Muth there, and that will bring up Solek, and Muth is off with the pitch here as that ball got away from Hunsley, the catcher, allowing Muth to take second base.
And it was ruled a strike, so the count is 0-1 here to Solik. He has 1 for 3 in the ball game, singled back in the 3rd. And he has that runner at second, and the Governors aren't concerned about that run at second with a 5-run advantage. That one's skied high behind home plate. Grayson Hunsley through the mask. He's behind home plate. He makes the catch, and there's now 2 down. You see that play in Major League Baseball all the time, and those catchers make it look like it's a simple routine pop-up. And one of the things that you got to do is get yourself turned around, but that is as hard of a – that's not a routine. That's not a can of corn by any means ever.
Not at all. And oftentimes that's why you see the catchers, when they take the mask off, go ahead and call this one, John.
Out to center field. Brecken Kruger gets turned around, leaps up right before the track, makes the catch, and that will end the ball game. And the Pierre Governors get the doubleheader sweep of the Metro Colonels, winning 6-1 in game number 2. I'll let you finish that thought here before you take that post-game break.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
Talk about the catcher.
Oh, the catcher. Well, that's why you often see when those catchers, especially at the big league level or higher levels of professional baseball, will take the mask off and they'll carry it until they kind of have a track of the ball, and then they will toss it out of the way just so they're making sure not to trip over the mask, because that could lead to disaster and an extra pitch and potentially extra base hits or home runs in that circumstance. So a good job by Grayson Hunsley to find the ball and really just kind of drop his mask basically at the plate. His mask was off almost immediately and made a great play on that ball.
And the Pierre Governors will come away with a doubleheader sweep of the Mitchell Colonels, winning the second game 6-1. We'll step aside for 2 minutes and come back to wrap it up from Hyde Stadium for the final time here in 2022. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your Y at the Oahe Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
As we welcome you back here and into the post-game show here at Hyde Stadium as the the last home game of the season turns into a fantastic end to the regular season for the Pierre Governors. They get a doubleheader sweep of the Mitchell Colonels, winning 6-1 in Game 2 after taking the first game 2-1. As we welcome in Steve Gray here to the press box. And Coach, those are two good baseball games against a really good baseball team to finish out the season. That's got to be probably the best that you felt after a doubleheader with this Pierre Governor team.
We've been kind of looking for that baseball team for about 3 months now. So that was a lot of fun. Quality baseball team you just beat there. So that's a good, well-coached team. They're going to win a lot of baseball games going forward. We know we're going to run into them sooner or later again.
Yep, absolutely, Coach. And, we kind of talked about this at the top of the broadcast, too. It's these types of games that, kind of springboard you not only into the region tournament, but also potentially into the state tournament. Yep. When you play a team like this, you're going to have to win a close game like that first game 2-1. You're going to have to, get some offense rolling in Game 2, put up a crooked number like a 3-spot there in the bottom of the fifth to win a game like this. Yep. And this environment here against a quality team like this really kind of sets the tone here for this weekend. Absolutely. I mean, we've been looking for this for a long time, to see guys square the baseball. Jaden Weavy, this has been a long time coming. He scored. Even the outs made were hard, and then to be able to, get the pitching we got in the first one and then to the second one. Just guys go out and throw strikes. You notice when we give up runs, it's you walk the leadoff guy, hit the leadoff guy. We get the first guy out, we're a pretty good baseball team. We're not, it's just like anybody. It's a struggle. It's just the way it is. So it's a lot of fun. That's a good way to finish out a bunch of seniors rolling out for our last time on our field with them, and that's pretty fun, good stuff there.
14 hits in the 2 games. Average out to, you had 8 in the second game, 6 in the first game, so average out to 7 hits. That's you score, you score more than your opponent, which is always a good thing. It usually tends to having wins when you score more than the other team, but you got timely hits. You got the hits when you need it. You got the extra base hits today. Had of the 14, you end up with 6 extra base hits in total.
Yeah, and like I said, we've kind of challenged the guys last night. It's like, whoever's going to – we've already talked about this from the beginning, is whoever's going to hit is going to be in the field somewhere, and it's like we did a little bit of work with a machine last night and just did some best ball stuff at the end and challenged, like, okay, who's going to win it? You got to get 2 out of 3 quality at-bats, quality swings to get to the next round, and just challenge doing different things. And Gary Nedved hit well last night, and guess what? Here he is again tonight, and we need that out of him and Link and Jaden, and Garrett, there at the end. It's that's the stuff we need. Big hits at the right time, and went out through strikes, and it was just that's fun. That's a fun atmosphere.
And on the opposite end of the spectrum too, Coach, when you look at the other side of the ball, really quality pitching performances in both games from your Brady Getz's and Jackson Edmonds of the world in game 1. And then, you kind of string things together here in Game 2 with Christian Busch and Jaden Wiebe and Spencer Eastland, holding this very quality Mitchell team who has won 15 games this year to 2 runs in 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, the first game, I think we found a nice one. Brady, this is the best he's looked all year, and I think it's because he's, not relying on a fastball. It's like we're going to keep people on their front foot, and we can spot our fastball, and then Jackson – and the confidence the kid's throwing with right now is huge. A big deal for him is picking that guy off first. Leadoff guy gets on, you just pick him right off. I don't know we, a month ago would have done that or had the confidence to do that. And that's good for him because if he's throwing, gives us 3-4 quality innings and we can back it up with Brady or vice versa. And then we didn't even use Link tonight, and that was by design to give him some rest. And he's got some football stuff he's got to do this week, later in the week, and try to get some rest on him and not have to use him. That's huge for us. So
now you go on the road on Saturday. It's up to now. It'll be determined because Lincoln and Yankton were both at 41 points. I did the quick math. You guys are at 41 points with the 2 wins, as long as nobody else changes in terms of seat points. So potentially moving up to 8, maybe move up to 7. It all kind of depends on how Lincoln and Yankton finish out. But going on the road with these 2 wins, feeling probably the best that you have all season, just how important is that? Because you have to go win 2 games. While you might be a home team in Game 1, you're still going to be on the road to try and win 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely. We know that going into it. I mean, it's just, that ship sailed that we're going to want to host. That's, like I said, goal number 1. We always talk about it, but, that ship sailed about 2 weeks ago, and we knew that. So, now it's just go focus on baseball. Get out of a car, get out, and get focused, and let's go play baseball. We'll take our chances. Like I said, I think we found a good formula for 1 game with Brady and Jackson, and then Link's coming. He's going to come pitch like with heart and fire, and it's just, I wouldn't want to face it. Let's put it that way. That's what.
Good to be on our team, right?
Yes. Yeah. I like when we got with the crew, and it's cool now that it took forever. My goodness. To see this happen, but I knew it was there. We knew it was there, so it's kind of cool. Starting to see some young guys kind of mature into positions, and it takes a while. We always got to remember we're a pretty inexperienced team when it was all said and done, and so, it took 25, 26 games to get to that point where you start seeing some guys mature into their roles, and that's a fun night there.
And kind of maybe the last thing, unless John's got one more for me. What a way to end the Hyde coaching career of Dirk Campbell. 10 years, you both, and along with Sam Kennecke, really founded this program and, made it what it is. And obviously tough to see him go, but this is a good springboard into regions for this team, and definitely for sure a good way to send him out here at home.
To send him out with a quality performance. That's what we're looking. We're just looking for quality performance. And to see that happen is pretty cool. I told him we already got Dirk Campbell bobblehead night already set up for next year.
Perfect.
So we already got it figured out.
Yeah, save a couple for us.
And I will tell you right now, the green vests from old days back in the throwback are not coming off. I don't care what they say. Those have a lot of wins in them, and we're gonna keep riding that wave.
Hey, no, it's only weird if it doesn't work, and you don't change something that's working.
I'm telling you, you can attest to this. We won a lot of baseball games with that look right there.
Oh, we did.
So, when you're on a roll, and 2 in a row is on a roll for us, obviously. So we'll take her.
You know, I said on the broadcast earlier tonight when Brady was throwing the ball here tonight, I said, you know, number 38 looks pretty good.
Right.
Looks pretty good throwing the ball up there.
I forgot about that. You're right. You're absolutely correct, Mr. Dean. I remember that. That's for sure. Dang, that seems like forever and a day ago.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, now you're guaranteed to finish over 500,
Yep.
but
That's
I
awesome.
think now you're not satisfied with just being over 500. It's coming up for you want to win game 1 Saturday and then go win game 2 on Saturday.
You know, we've had this situation before. We've been on the road, you know, about 5 years ago, you know, where we just, you know, it's just kind of like the adversity thing. You got to go overcome it. You got to dial in a little different. Got to get on people early. You know, you're hoping wherever we go, they have graduation the night before and something stupid's happening, and they're just not focused. You know, we come out and pounce on them hard and get after it. So we'll take her. That's a good way to wrap up our regular season. I like that. That's good.
2 big wins, 14 and 12 of the season to finish it out the regular season, and we will wait to see where we go on Saturday. But, Coach, congratulations on the 2 win. Yeah, looking forward to Saturday. Looking forward to seeing what the Pierre Governors can do on the road and maybe upset a couple teams.
Yeah, I think we'll go surprise some people. So
I think so,
fun.
too. Yeah.
I like our chances, Coach.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So.
That is head coach Steve Gray. Pierre Governors win both games 2-1 and 6-1. You got one more thing to say, don't you?
As always, go Govs.
That's right. Coach Steve Gray, the victorious Pierre Governors, a 2-1 win in game 1, 6-1 win in game number 2. Time of the ball game in the second game was an hour and 44 minutes, 1 minute quicker than was game number 1. Pierre Governors had 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, and 6 men left on base in game 1. They finished with 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 6 men left on base in game number 2. Mitchell had 1 run, 5 hits, 3 errors, and 8 men left on base in game number 2 as well. Blake, you mentioned it. It was a very good point. This is a team that's won 15 games in Mitchell, finished 15-7 on the regular season, and they won a lot of baseball games, a lot of good baseball games that they won. To only have 2 runs against the Pierre Governors in 2 games, that says a lot about what the Pierre Governors did tonight.
You're right, John. And I think that, you know, a lot of that we can attribute to the pitching. You know, as Coach Gray mentioned, Brady Getz looked tremendous out there tonight. Really quality outing from both him and Jackson Edmond in that first game. And kind of like we talked about in game 2 here, really a nice job of piecing things together. You know, Christian Busch throws a couple of really solid innings. As does Spencer Easland. Jaden Wiebe comes in and shuts the door at the end of the game. And really just a quality job by not only the pitching staff, but you got to give credit to the Governor defense as well. You know, you look at the thing that sticks out to me is, you know, watching Lincoln Keenholz run down a ball over here on the left-hand side of the field in foul territory over on the left-hand side, on top of the fact that, you know, maybe 1 or 2 plays prior, he's over behind second base making another fly ball catch that potentially could have been a fly ball out or potentially an infield fly. So really a great job, not only by him, by Keenholz, but really the entire Governor defense and pitching staff here tonight. Definitely a positive overall, and like you said too, John, this gives the Governors an opportunity to roll into Saturday here and be really competitive. Like we talked about at the top of the broadcast, I would not want to face this Governor team really at all, no matter where they end up, no matter who they end up playing. This is not a team that you want to face or you want to see come Saturday.
Governors, again, we'll wait to see who their opponent will be, where they will go, whether it's going to be to Sioux Falls to see Roosevelt. Brandon Valley might be the host site for them. Mitchell may have fallen out of the top 4 depending on how things end up. They probably won't with the losses to Pierre. Harrisburg still near a point behind them, but might fall from 3 to 4. And so even Brookings might be a spot if they jump up all the way to the 6th spot. Maybe Brookings ends up being where they go. But we'll see where the Governors will be at on Saturday. They'll be the second game of the day, most likely. I guess the top seed maybe gets to choose which one they want to go. Maybe they want to play back-to-back. But either way, the Governors will play on Saturday as on the road. They will be the home team. They will most likely be the home team in that first game. I guess crazier things have happened, and the Govs still might end up being at number 9, but they will be looking to pick up 2 wins on Saturday, just like they picked up 2 wins here today. But they have to win that first game to get an opportunity in that second game. But Pierre will finish the regular season at 14-12. Will finish above 500 on the year, no matter what happens on Saturday. But we'll have that game, potentially both games, on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Potentially means if they win, we will definitely have the second game. But for sure, have that first game here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. So final thoughts, Blake, before we wrap things up here for the regular season.
Great end to the regular season for the Pierre Governors. Kind of like Coach Gray said, the season overall has been kind of up and down as far as, consistency-wise, but what a way to end it against, the number 3 team coming into tonight, really cementing 2 wins against a Mitchell Colonel team. I'll be honest, John, Pierre looked like the better team in both games. And what a way to springboard into Saturday, into the region tournament, building some positive momentum. This could be, the start of something hopefully really, really special for this Governor baseball team, and let's just enjoy the ride.
That's right. Saturday, we'll have the time. We'll post on the time, and we'll have the game for you on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as the Governors will be on the road on Saturday, and we will tell you where and when we know when it's available for the Governors on Saturday. Thanks to Ryan Warren back at the station. I'll say that again. Ryan Warren back at the station. Appreciate the work that he did tonight, stepping back into that role that he was comfortable with for a couple of years. But the Governors take both games with a 2-1 win in Game 1, a 6-1 win in Game number 2, and they finish the season at 14-12 on the season. Thanks to Blake Dean, John Winkler here, signing off the Pierre Governors. They sweep the Mitchell Colonels and go to 14-12 in the season with a 2-1 win in Game 1 and a 6-1 win in Game number 2, as we say goodnight from Hyde Stadium.
Listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Baseball has been brought to you in part by Bank West, B&B Equipment, Wegner Auto, Fisher Rounds and Associates, and All Around Graphics. Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Ferding Electric, Airtech Heating and Cooling, Kruger Contracting, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Avera, and the Oahe YMCA. And by Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, First Dakota National Bank, CHS River Plains, Lamb Motors, Zander Auto Parts, and Gales Gas. And by Gateway, Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Shane's Pharmacy, Todd's Electric, Edward Jones Financial, and Faith Lutheran Church. Join us all season on your home for the Pierre Governors, KCCR, and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special